I replaced my 10-year-old UPS and realized the specs haven't changed, and they're still just as confusing. So after doing a bit of homework, I'm here to explain it all to you, without the techie jargon. There are three types of UPS: an offline UPS, a line interactive UPS, like this one, and an online or double conversion UPS. For an offline or standby UPS, the power flows directly from the wall to your PC. If the power dies, it switches to battery in about 6 to 10 milliseconds, which is pretty fast. It's the cheapest option, but only gives basic protection. A line interactive UPS, like this Eaton, works like this. The power flows from the wall through a voltage regulator and then to your PC. This regulator can correct fluctuations like dips in the power or spikes in the power. If the power dies, it switches in about 2 to 4 milliseconds, which is almost more than double the previous one. This is the best balance and the sweet spot for home or small office use. Finally, there's the online or double conversion UPS. Here, power never goes directly from the wall to your device. It's always converted from AC to DC and then back to clean AC again. So when power fails, there's no switching at all. There's no delay. These devices are much more expensive and heavier and a lot less efficient than this one or the basic one. This confuses everyone because at school they teach us that VA equals watts. Actually, VA is the total capacity, basically the marketing number, which shows apparent power. Watts, on the other hand, is the real usable power your gear actually draws. My unit is rated at 1600 VA, but only 1000 watts. That means you can only run up to 1000 watts of equipment, not 1600. Always size based on watts to avoid overload. And with that, we move to sockets. Over here, we have 3 sockets. Here we go. The FR, the DIN, and the IEC. It sounds complicated, but it's just plug types. IEC is the square-looking one that you'll find on IT equipment, PCs, servers, NAS devices, and this UPS. DIN is the German-style Suco socket and the most common in Europe. FR is the French version with a little earth pin. This UPS model, as I showed you, uses the IEC. It might look annoying because of the small size, but IEC locks in place and it doesn't fall out. Let me show you. So we have the IEC one right here. If this goes in there, it's difficult to come out. I found a wonderful website that explains these perfectly and even has their type values. So for example, the German style DIN is a type F. You can find the link below in the description. All UPSs, well, at least this UPS, the more expensive ones, come with one of these. Without it, your UPS is basically just a battery. With it, it communicates with your PC or your NAS. So I would plug this part into the UPS and this part into my NAS or PC. The purpose is that it can report battery status, but more importantly, it can trigger an automatic shutdown of your PC, your NAS, and the other devices. So if the power goes out and you're not at home, your PC or NAS shuts down safely. Now, back to the confusing part I had to research before creating this video. All these little extra sockets that I have. I saw this UPS has master sockets. I think it's at the back here. And it's got eco control sockets and PLC ready sockets. So in true form, to explain the technical parts without the techie jargon, let's start with the master socket. So it looks exactly like the other ones at the back here. Just this one, it's got a little master. But it works in conjunction with the other sockets that we have over here, which are called eco control sockets. So when whatever is plugged into the master socket is detected to go into off state, it sends a message to the eco control sockets to also turn off whatever is connected to them. So when your PC goes off, which is over here, everything else, like a monitor or speakers, follows. Now, that may sound like a good idea, but they're not gentle shutdowns. It's exactly as if you've tripped over the power cord and pulled the plug out of the wall. So the warning here is if the device is plugged into your eco control socket, it needs a more gentle push button off, then don't use these eco control sockets. Then there's PLC ready. Right next to it, there's one called PLC ready. Now, that just means it won't interfere with your power line adapters. Network to network adapters that you may use in your house. One's plugged in down here, connected to your router, the other one's upstairs somewhere, and they use the power in the system, in the house, to communicate and send you the network signal. So in plain English, it won't mess up your internet connection if you use power line adapters. Right, moving on to runtime. And this box has got a nice little graph at the back here about the runtime. An easy way to think of it is like you're running with one book in your backpack or 100 books in your backpack. Maybe you'll run 100 meters with one book, but running with 100 books, well, it would probably get tired after 10 meters, at least I would. The same with this UPS. If it's running at full load, you'll get about 2 minutes of runtime. If it's running at half load, you'll probably get around 9, maybe 10 minutes. So what's important to note for these home office UPSs? They're not for continuing to work. They're for shutting down safely, making sure your devices don't get that abrupt power outage. Now, weight, you may have seen me struggle with the weight on this one. Well, this unit is about 11 kilos. I'm not sure how many pounds that is, but you can look it up. But why are they so heavy? Well, it's very simple. Most of this unit has big batteries inside. It has 2 big lead acid bricks inside this unit, which are the heaviest things you can have in these things. So when you're buying yours, make sure you have a sturdy place to put it on. Mine will probably be on the floor. Speak of where to put it. These devices have fans in them. You may have seen it here. So they will be noisy a lot of the time. It's very quiet in normal use, but there will still be fan noise coming from them. So maybe your bedroom is not the ideal place. Now, when the power does drop and they start running on their batteries, you will hear the fans kick in and they will definitely be louder. So here's the bottom line. A UPS isn't about keeping you working. It's about not losing everything when things go wrong. Always check watts, not the VA. Verify that the UPS you're buying has the correct sockets you need for your plug types. I am comfortable with these. Make sure it supports USB shutdown. So this little boy here is a great time saver and lifesaver for a NAS or a PC that you may connect this to. And remember to not overestimate runtime. For this device of the size and the batteries that it has and its weight, it's only about 10 minutes maximum. That's not a lot if you think about it. Did you enjoy this? Did I help you in any way? Did you learn one thing that you didn't know? If you can answer yes to any of these questions, please like the video, and I welcome you to subscribe to my channel. More of this kind of content is definitely planned for the future.